Hi there, my name is Steve Gearhart, and this is the Unagi Observer, where we talk about things of fandom like science fiction, music, J-pop, anime, mangas, fantasy, role-playing games, you name it, we kind of talk about it here. Last week I had tried to do a review of a certain musical group. It failed miserably. When I watched the video back, it looked like I was alternating between like falling asleep and then suddenly jolting awake wide-eyed and like yelling at the camera. I don't know what was going on. I was very tired from work, but it was just as the Kodama said in the last video, it was a horrible video. So I scrapped it, and today is going to be the second attempt to talk about Cybertronic Spree. So before I talk about Cybertronic Spree, I kind of want to talk about concept bands and kind of like things like visual kawaii and things like that, just a little bit. So in Japan, J-pop is often heavily corporate made. A lot of these bands are created by the record producers, so they just get disparate people and they just force a band together, and then they make a band, and they kind of make that band might make one hit, but to distinguish that band from everyone else, they usually apply some type of visual kawaii element in there. And some of the more kind of heavy metal Japanese bands usually have that exaggerated androgyny and the hair metal kind of look mixed with like gothly and kind of that weirdness that goes on. And the reason why they do that is to separate the one corporate made band from another corporate made band from another one, because often the songs quite often sound the same. So that's one batch of concept bands. Another level of it is where the bands decide on their own hook that because it's fun and they like to do it, but it doesn't really mean anything to the music itself. They put on an act, a stage show, like Gwar, the American speed death metal band called Gwar. They have a great live show filled with costumes and people getting sacrificed on stage and eaten by monsters. It's if you ever get a chance to see Gwar, you should, just for that on its own merit. But they do that because it's fun, but it doesn't really have anything to do with the music itself. So it's not like what they're doing on stage really means anything to the music that they're playing. Another band like that, a good example of that would be like P-Lander Z, a Japanese punk band out of New York City. I think they played them at Surrey, at Otakon here in Baltimore many years ago. Their shtick is that they're from the planet P-Lander Z, and they've come to Earth to do whatever it is. So it's an excuse for them to dress up in costumes and do silly things like human bowling. Trust me, it's a fun thing to watch. So two bands, Gwar and P-Lander Z, check them out. They're fun. But again, what they do doesn't necessarily reflect what their music is about. The next kind of level of concept bands that I want to throw out there are the ones where they enjoy the stage act that they're doing, but it actually means something to the music. There's a direct connection to the music. And a good band example of that band is the Proto Men. All these guys it's a lineup that's changed over the years, but all these guys love the story of Mega Man and the video game, the story, the animation, the whole nine yards. So they make concept albums revolving around the story of Mega Man, and their songs are original songs based on Mega Man. And when they go on the concert and their stage show, it's very Mega Man-ish, right? So the band I want to talk about falls into this category, and it's called Cybertronic Spree. These guys are kind of unique. So yes, Cybertronic Spree. In case you haven't figured it out by the name, it is a Transformer concept band. So they've been around since 2013, and I think the band actually comes out of Toronto, Canada. I'm not 100% sure. I could be getting that wrong. Please double check me. There's not a whole lot of information about Cybertronic Spree, like true information. But so their concept is they're Transformers. Not just any Transformers, but Transformers from the 1986 Transformer movie. Because their initial theme was that they did the covers of all the music for Transformers the movie 1986. So that was their original shtick. They just kind of got together, the original band members got together, and they put together these Transformer costumes. The lead singer is a woman who goes by a Kree. She's the one in pink and all pink and white. And so they did this kind of thematic Transformer kind of songs, and from the soundtrack. And sorry for the noise. I live in Baltimore. It's a city, and I-83 is like right there. So if you hear any ambient noise, I apologize. Sometimes making a video can be challenging. So back to Cybertronic Spree. Okay, so we believe that they're hailing from Toronto, Canada. Been around since 2013. And they did originally the music from the soundtrack of Transformers the movie 1986. So we got that down. So we know that, and they dress up as Transformers. There's Shockwave and some Autobots in there. Bumblebee sometimes makes an appearance, and there's a couple of little hype guys that run around in Transformer costumes, like literally like little kids in costumes running around with glow sticks. Anyway, so that's originally what they did. I think it was just kind of as a joke and maybe just to do a quick tour around. Then they found out that they were actually pretty good as a band together. So they started doing other covers. They became a cover band. So they get on stage, they say, "We hail from Cybertron, we're here to rock out with you." So that's kind of what they do. Now their stage show is, again, they dress up as Transformers. There are, of course, the stage is set up as if it were Cybertron. There's usually some type of screen in the back, and it's kind of showing sometimes clips of the movie, sometimes just arbitrary images, computer animation, things like that. And it turns out that their cover songs were actually pretty good as well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put the link to a most recent one, which is called Barracuda by Heart. And you should check that out because it's actually really, really, really good. So the link will be down below for that. So it's a traditional rock band. You got your bass guitar, you got rhythm, you got lead, you got drums, you have her on vocals, and she has really good pipes. So she actually can sing. So this isn't just a bunch of guys in costume just wailing away. They actually know what they're doing. So the music is good, and the stage show is fun, and it is something that they want to do. So it's not like they're going to be picked up by any corporate album record producing company anytime soon. At best, they might get onto an indie label if they haven't already. And they do have a website. The link will be down below. There's a Facebook page. There'll be a link down below. The reason why I wanted to talk about them is because they are good. They are very good. They're worth your time. And I love it when people put up a stage show and take the effort to make a good stage show. Between the costumes, you don't know who they are. You can't see, there's only a couple of the band members where you actually see a distinguishing physical characteristic. I think the lead guitarist has this really huge beard. But that's really all you can see. They're all inside of their costume, so you don't know who they are. So, am I telling you to check them out? Yes, absolutely. Check them out. And this is one of those bands where keep checking their website regularly, because they do make videos of their cover songs and put them out there. So they're currently working, so it's not like they're taking a hiatus or anything. As a matter of fact, they did a cover of the Westworld theme song, which was actually pretty good. But they are a band where once COVID starts easing up a little bit and we can actually go out to venues and see these kinds of things, I am definitely going to buy a ticket and check them out. I doubt they're going to come to Baltimore. They usually go down to DC, but still, I think they're worth the time. And maybe, who knows, maybe one day they might show up at a convention near you, because they actually, that's the other thing, they play conventions, and that's the other cool part. They're nerds like us. So it's pretty cool. It's just that their thing is Transformers. So anyway, so if you like Transformers, you like good music, you like rock and roll, Cybertronic Spree is the band for you. Check them out. Links down below. All right, that is it for this week. Thank you for bearing with me for my awful video from last week. And I hope you liked Kodama. Kodama is pretty special. Anyway, so COVID is still a thing, unfortunately. So wear your masks, social distance, and also take your vaccine. Keep trying to get yourself the vaccine. The states are lowering the age every day. I believe here in Maryland they've lowered it down to 16 or 17. So check out where you live and see if you can apply. You don't have to apply just only to one place. You can apply to as many places as CVS, a convention center, wherever. Get your vaccine, because wouldn't it be great if we could all see each other at some point? That would be awesome. So, if you would please like and subscribe, because if I get up to 200 subscribers, then we're all going to get digital sushi, and who does not want digital sushi? I want digital sushi, you want digital sushi. So let's subscribe and get up to 200, and that would be awesome. All right, guys, take it easy. You take care of yourselves. Love you, and I'll see you next time.